Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Hi-Fi Resale Shop. My name is Derek. Been selling on eBay for about 19 years now, and this channel I let you know what I sold over the weekend, how much it costs, where I got it from. Sometimes, if I know where I got it from, and try to just help people figure out what they can buy at garage sales to try and make a profit on eBay. Happy 4th of July to everybody. That was Friday. Today is Monday, July 7th. We had 21 orders over the weekend for a gross total of $541. So, big variety of things over the weekend. I also received an order from somebody I bought it from on eBay. I like to buy things on eBay if I can, just to if I make money on eBay, I want to help other people make money on eBay. So I bought something from a person. I bought 3 Mad Libs from a person, and I got 2 of them in a package. So I messaged the person. I said, "Hey, what's up? Where's the 3rd one? It says you only had 1 package. So what happened with that?" And he emails me that he emailed me and refunded the money. Well, he did refund the money. I looked at it, and he refunded $7.70 or something like that. And I bought that specific Mad Lib was $3.45, which is the entire reason why I looked for more from that same seller. Like, if I could combine it all, then I'm going to save some money on shipping. So I saw the one for $3.40, which is the one that didn't arrive. So the whole point of buying from this person is moot, because he doesn't have the one that I specifically started the transaction with. So the other 2 were $6.50 a piece, which isn't bad, but the $3.50 one is the one that was going to bring everything down and make them about, I don't know, $5 a piece, maybe. I don't know, something like that. Just make it seem more reasonable. And I was like, can you combine shipping if I buy 3 of them from you? And he said yes. So that being said, I ended up paying like $10 in shipping, $13 for the 2 books, and he refunded me $7.70 or something like that. And I'm like, well, I'm not particularly keen on what happened here, especially you're telling me you emailed me, and that's not possible because I am in this thread between you and I, and there's nothing here stating that you're not sending one of them. So I don't really like the fact that he lied. The second part is I could just do an INAD on this and return it. I don't know how to subscribe because he didn't include one of the books. So I thought about it for a while, and I was like, well, I actually want these books for the kids, and the money's already disappeared. So, I mean, I could get the money back and start the whole process over again. I really don't want to do this. I got the Mad Libs. That was the whole point of the exercise. So I ended up giving him I gave him 2 positive feedbacks with just an explanation that I am not happy with the way you handled this transaction on 2 of them. And then the one that was missing, I gave him a negative feedback. And I shouldn't be punished because he didn't speak up before he shipped them out. He should have told me when he was shipping them out that he was missing one of them. That way I can make a decision whether I want it or not. This is good customer service. His was, if it was average, it was on the lower part of average. It was subpar to me, the way I do things. I do not ship out things sometimes that I find a hole on when I'm packing it up, because I don't want the customer to be upset with it. I will tell them I found a hole in it, and I canceled the transaction, sent them back their money and stuff like that. So you have to treat people well, or this eBay thing is going to fizzle away into nothing. So I'm going to keep these because the whole point was to get them for my daughter, and I don't really want to go through the whole process again. I don't think that's just me being lazy. I think that's I don't have the time for that. And so I just gave the guy a negative feedback. We'll see what happens from there. I don't know. But that happened this weekend. I had beginning of last week, I had somebody open up a return for some CDs. He said one of them didn't work, so they supposedly are going to arrive today. And I mean, that's maybe $12 at the most. And then somebody started a return that they haven't shipped it yet, for something that didn't fit the way they wanted it to. So we got all 4 little people here today. So I'm checking that way for them. So I'm sorry if I get distracted and look the other way. We're going to go into the stuff that's sold. Okay, so 21 items. Let's start going through them, show you what you could look for at a garage sale to conceivably flip for a profit. So the first thing is a jacket. So the first thing is this Liz Claiborne jacket. It's navy blue. It's a size 16XL. And this sold for $10.50 plus shipping on top. Probably had that for a while now. Up for a while. Next item that sold is this Jones Stevens oil rubbed bronze bathroom shower and trim set with a single handle. This is new in the box. It came from the Ozark wholesale liquidation auction that I bought the plumbing aisle from. I spent a total of $226 there, and this item sold, and the cost for each item is $1 or less. I think the last time I checked I had 130 listings or something like that, and I still have some sweaters to put up and stuff, so a few more miscellaneous items. So $1 cost, sold for $24.99. The next item that sold is this Wrangler vintage jacket. It's got like a corduroy collar there. It's got like a Sherpa kind of lining inside. It's small. It's got its imperfections on it already, you know, because it's vintage. And that sold for $30 plus shipping on top. The next thing that sold was this Ricky Van Shelton CD. It's new, sealed. It looks new sealed, but now I have questions about it. I'm gonna assume that it's new and sealed. It's got the packaging on there and it doesn't have any stickers, so I'm gonna assume that it is new sealed. $7.99 plus shipping on top for that. The next item that sold is this Travel Connect 4. It opens up like that. So that sold for $12 plus shipping on top. The next thing that sold, so had a couple of big sales, or nice sales, $30 and $40. So they had that Wrangler jacket. The next thing that was this Carhartt distressed jacket. It's got a very distressed sleeve there and a very distressed sleeve here. And then, you know, the main part of the jacket's in pretty good shape. The front shows some distressing to it. And it's got a hood. This brown work jacket, large, tall, from 2007, it sold for $40 plus shipping on top. So that was a good sale. Let's see. The next item is a CD. Davina. Best of Both Worlds. Rap, R&B, soul, hip hop. 1998. Used CD sold for $4.29 plus shipping on top. The next thing that sold is another CD. Mark May and the Agitators. Telephone Road, Houston, Texas. Looks like blues, maybe. Blues, soul, and this needs a new case. So I will put it in a new case before I ship it out. Okay, so I will do that before I ship it out. The next item is a sweater. New tags, Van Heusen purple ladies sweater, extra large, cable knit, it's lavender, $8.50 plus shipping on top. So Van Heusen, not a great name to sell, but that it's new, you can get maybe $10 for it. So that sold for $8.50. The next item that's sold is this R.M. Richards solid brown. It's kind of a green, like a green brown. Light blazer, size 12. It is old. It is vintage. It's got this paper tag. It's made in the USA. So that's over $10 plus shipping on top. The next item that sold is this Tammy Hogue 2007 Taken by the Storm. Crazy that this sold on the same day of the floods. So Taken by the Storm, $4.99 plus shipping on top. The next thing that sold is this shirt. It's Volcom. It's a salmon floral lace shirt, extra small. So I don't recommend picking up extra smalls. They just don't smell. Why don't they sell? Well, the majority of the people that are going to be buying extra smalls do not have a large income to be buying from. And those with a really large income that are buying extra smalls, they probably aren't on eBay. So it's just something that doesn't sell really well. That's my theory. I don't know if that's true. This is an ended sold similar. So yay, something that's really old, it's leaving. $4.29 plus shipping on top. The Van Heusen sweater was also an end and sell similar, which I didn't see when we were there. That Carhartt jacket was from a garage sale that was down my street. I think I paid $5 for that. I'm just trying to find out if I skipped anything. that pertinent information that I should have told you about. The next thing is slightly recently put up. Maybe last month I put this up. It's a Florence Tricot made in Italy polo. It is probably vintage, but I couldn't really tell. So it's a long sleeve. This one sold for $14.99 plus shipping on top. The next thing that sold was this Golden Smog Red-Headed Stepchild CD. Says indie rock and blues, and that sold for $5.99 plus shipping on top. The next item that sold, and I think it's international, was this Precept Upon Precept Philippians study guide binder and book. So they did ask, and I will answer the question before I mail this out. They asked if there was any writing in it, and I would have mentioned it, but I always go back and look. I'm not perfect, and I certainly could miss some stuff. So, but no, there's no writing in it. This is from 1997, and this sold for $20 plus shipping on top. So, nice sale there. The next item that sold is this dress, Jones New York Sport, black and white, cheetah print shirt dress. It's sleeveless. It's a 14, and that sold for $12 plus shipping on top. The next item that sold, that was an end and sell similar to, so that's good. Next item that sold was this Jim McDonald sealed solo piano Country Dreamin' CD from 2008. I got this from ICT Books in Wichita. I mentioned that a little bit on this channel, and it cost me $1.26, and it sold for $15 plus shipping on top. The next item that sold was Hadaway, The Drive, and this is pop 1995 music, and this has it doesn't have the song that you would know, which is Be My What My Love Is, I think. Let me look here. Oh, of course I don't have it. Let me see. What is Love? I think is that what it was? What is Love? Yeah, What is Love? Baby, don't hurt me no more. So really, he did not have any other singles, songs that were big. Yep, that's about it. And it's not on this one, so that's interesting. So, what is love? Is the question, and that's the answer. Alright, and then the next two things to go to the same people, same person. So, I took offers on both of these. They were up for $100, and they asked $50 a piece. So, this, it's like a matted photo. Signed by the photographer, and it says Brian Piccolo in the Lion's Den. So let's see here, Brian Piccolo, number 41, right there. Bears player. You would know him from the movie Brian's Song. He died of cancer, I think, like 1968, 1969, something like that. And then this photo, same deal. It's on a backing, and it's signed by the person who took the picture, Captain Crunch, Dick Butkus, at Wrigley Field in 1967. So this is 67 as well. And Brian Piccolo, Brian's song with James Caan and Lando Calrissian. What's his name? Billy D. Williams? I think that's it. Had to have come out in the 70s or something like that. The next and last item is a homeschool kit. You might remember these. So you get these cards and then you have to match the blocks to them. And you just get a tub of blocks and stuff. So I got a bunch of these cards here. And then these blocks that come with it. So that together, $7.99 plus shipping on top, called Lakeshore Pattern Blocks and Design Cards. And then I put the word homeschool education in there. So that's sold. And that is it. That is everything, all 21 items that sold this weekend. I will start shipping those out. I can get those out today. I do expect that the dude that I bought those Mad Libs will have a bunch of messages for me today. Not that they will be nice or whatever. I don't expect them to be nice because his initial talking to me wasn't that cordial. I did explain that I'm a seller, which I think is important to do. Like, hey man, like, there's really no games that you can play that I don't know about already. All I want is to be fair. So what was I expecting with that transaction? I know that the shipping only costs about $4. The package here says it is 5 ounces, and he shipped it Ground Advantage. And MA, I don't know if that's Maine or Massachusetts, or Maryland, I'm not sure, but it can't cost that much. So $5.50 in shipping maybe would be reasonable. $6 if you're being heavy with it, but I just don't like being taken advantage of, especially when I know the rules of the game. So that's what I expected, and I really would have liked interaction about the one that he didn't have, because that's the one I was really looking for, because it changed the price of the other 3 and brought them to be more reasonable. So I don't know. Maybe I'm asking too much of people. I just want to be fair. I'm fair with people. I'm always sending back combined shipping to people, and I'm being fair. A lot of times I'll make sure I take a little bit for the envelope or whatever I'm using, but people are always like, why are you giving me $12 back? And I'm like, because you combined shipping, and this is what, shipping only cost me this much, and I got it all in one box, and it's getting to you. And they're like, well, I never expected that. I actually had one customer who bought a bunch of Boyd's Bears stuff, and I boxed it all up and shipped it, and then I sent like $30 or $40 back to them, and they're like, ooh, I can buy some more Boyd's Bears from you. And I was like, sure, that's fine. I not expect that, but like, they went back and they bought a bunch more figurines and had them sent out to me, or had them sent to them. So, because they, got that refund back. So, combined shipping refund back. So, well, tell me how you would have handled it. If you would have handled it differently, let me know down in the comments. If you think I'm not being reasonable, put it down in the comments. I'd love to hear it, and the explanation behind that. But remember, let people know about this channel. Yeah, somebody was telling me the other day they really like it because I'm not trying to be flashy or tell people incorrect information. If you like doing eBay, you like doing the eBay side of it. You probably like the finding stuff more than you like the listing stuff. That's the hard part, is the making sure you're listing stuff. The shipping, I'm glad I was trained as how to ship stuff when I was in my late 20s or whatever. I had a job where I was in a shipping department, and I learned how to be really good at not having any packages come back. But all these YouTube flashy things about going and buying these huge bulk deals, it is a way of getting ahead, but a lot of us, like myself, I rely on the money that eBay makes to actually pay for things like t-ball and softball for the ladies of the house, and ballet and stuff like that. So sometimes food and things of that nature as well. So, there isn't a flashy thing that we're doing here. We're just trying to, pay our bills and make sure that we have a little cash. Maybe we can go on a vacation. So that's it. And I'm not going to be flashy. We might do some storage locker videos in the future. I plan on doing a few giveaways in the future. But that's about it. This is what this channel is going to be. And it is what it is. Remember, open up your Bible. Talk to Jesus. Talk to God. Ask him what he needs you to do. And he will show you. He will direct your steps. Thanks for watching. And remember, when you find that really cool thing at the garage sale, give yourself a high five. See you later.